Our guy that we saw from the example should be nowhere near gear at that freaking stage. If you can't make progress naturally, do not expect to make progress with a freaking needle in your ass. What's up folks, it's Uranus, we're in Brussels, welcome to another video. Today we're talking about the worrying steroid usage trend amongst youngsters these days. We got people that haven't even worked out for a single freaking year out of their lives, consistently injecting needles full of testosterone into their ass and swallowing pills of Anavar. It used to be that steroids was for a very small niche of people, but now these days with the explosion of social media like TikTok and so on, it's pretty much everywhere. I'm active regularly on testosterone subs on Reddit and so on, and it's very regular that people come on these subs to ask about steroid cycle information and so on, confusing testosterone replacement therapy and gear usage. And I found the perfect example to demonstrate what the hell is wrong these days. Let's take a look. C'est parti. The least you can do before you even inform yourself about steroids is to have built a foundation, right? Now the title of the post is Anavar plus testosterone cycle for beginners. Any suggestions? Question mark. Now there's already a problem there. If you're a beginner, you shouldn't inform yourself about Anavar and testosterone. You should be looking into workout programs and calories. That's basically it. So hello everyone, little bit of background about me. 29 years old, 16-17% body fat, on and off gym for years. Well, that's already the second problem right there. The guy doesn't even work out consistently, but you're informing yourself about steroids. So actively swam, cycled and played football. Slightly having a belly recently. I'd like to be lean, slightly sized chest and shoulders and no belly. I'm not after abs. I definitely don't want to be super muscle. I train about 4 days a week, could do this for 4 or 5 months. For someone who has been busting his ass in a gym for the past 9 years, all of this just sounds insane. Let's continue. It'd be my first cycle. Would that be helpful? Should I do it orally or with injections? Thank you for all opinions. Now, why on God's green earth would you ask for steroid advice even before you started working out yet? This person should not be looking into Anavar or testosterone cycles. He should be looking into where is the nearest gym near his home and actually go there consistently. People these days want to take shortcut even before they have begun. Now, you might think that this specific post is a troll or a fake, but this actually perfectly reflects what I see in reality and in my own public gyms. Now, I don't want to sound mean because I've been in much worse physical shape than this actual person, but his legs are almost as freaking skinny as that toilet brush sitting behind him. What the hell are you doing informing yourself about steroid cycles at that stage? You're going to destroy your HPTA, or the link between your pituitary gland and your brain and your balls at a young age, for nothing. You haven't even started yet. If you want to build a strong house, you need strong foundations. Actually start to work out first before you look into gear. Find a gym, learn to lift, learn what the biggest lifts are, learn to live with proper form, learn how to eat, learn how to track your macros and so on. Actually find a diet that you can stick to and adapt your lifestyle towards your goal. If you can only do this 4 or 5 months at a time, why even bother taking gear seriously? I see the same thing in a lot of public gyms I'm going towards to. Some guys even take trenbolone, but they don't even know how many calories are in 100 grams of rice. They look somewhat decent before the summer arrives because they want their body to be ready for the summer and so on, so they look somewhat ready, but once the summer is done and they're off cycle, they're looking like a pancake again. And not the American pancake, guys, the European pancakes. I have guys that started taking testosterone into their ass in the hopes of increasing their muscle mass, and once I'm talking about them, they realize that there are actual side effects and that they will stop producing their own testosterone, and they weren't aware of that. So they stop the cycle, but they're too afraid to go to the doctor to have their levels tested, and now they probably live with low testosterone for the rest of their freaking days, just because they didn't know about the potential side effects. At least see what you can do naturally with your own genetics. Lift for 5 or 6 years for the love of God naturally before you see if you want to put your health at jeopardy by taking steroids. Personally, it is my biggest regret as a lifter, and because I'm so passionate about lifting, I never got to see what I could have done naturally with my genetics. Because I was born with a broken pituitary gland, my body never produced any naturally testicular testosterone on its own. So I never had the freaking option of being natural, and I was put on hormonal replacement therapy from the very start of my lifting days. Before that, I had 80 nanograms per deciliter total testosterone levels, which is basically jack shit. And with the therapy I was following, I was about 900 nanograms per deciliter total testosterone. So a major change, and I made a lot of progress. Of course, I've been going to the gym now for almost a decade, and I made a lot of progress, but I was also dedicated a lot to what I was doing. I mean, I have been consistently going to the gym 4 or 5 times per week for the past decade, and I've been tracking my macros at least for 7 years right now. But I still would have loved to see what my genetics were capable of before potentially, I don't know if I would have ever been on testosterone, before potentially going on freaking steroids. But with my broken pituitary and my brain malfunctioning, that was never an option, and that is my biggest regret. Now, I never got to do anything about it. Now, social media, of course, these days isn't helping a lot. It doesn't take a lot to realize that when you're scrolling down on Instagram, 75% of the physiques that you are seeing are actually not natural, and so many people are not 100% transparent on that. Now, my message to you is, please do not do steroids until you have reached a certain progress level in your lifting and you're well acquainted with eating, the diet and the lifestyle that it actually takes. Now, our guy that we saw from the example should be nowhere near gear at that freaking stage. If you can't make progress naturally, do not expect to make progress with a freaking needle in your ass, because it just simply won't work like that. All right. Thank you for watching this video. I'm gonna end it here. Let me know if you guys see the same exactly in your gym and people are taking gear even before reaching a certain level. I have to say, in public gyms, I see exactly that. In the other gyms I'm going here, which are more privately and more focused on steroids and bodybuilding and so on, most people are 100% transparent on what they are doing and they're honest about their usage, and some of them will admit that they started way too early and they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Some of them regret ever putting a needle in their ass and have to think about that for quite some time. No fake natties, where I'm usually training. Of course, it's not a commercial gym. Alright, thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Uranus out.